I like to give everything a white material, and let's make in class 1 a new folder and let's call it materials. Right click, create a basic asset, material, and M underscore. M stands for material, let's call it basic. Double click the material, it will open the material editor. You can add nodes. It's similar to the slate editor in Max or the node editor in Blender. You should be familiar with this if you have made materials before. If not, we will cover this in depth in future classes. So you can add materials in many ways. You can right click and search for what you want to add. So we want to add constant 4 or 3 vector. You can search for it from here, and you can see there are also shortcuts. So the 3 vector, when we right click and we type constant 3 vector, all of this, you can just click and hold 3 on your keyboard and click and you will have it. If you press V, you can add a constant 3 vector. So let's name this guy color, and let's click S to create a scalar parameter, which is like similar to 1 when you click on constant. But this guy we can edit, and I will show you what I mean. What can we edit later? So I'm gonna call this guy roughness. This is a basic material, so let's keep it simple. Let's set the default value of roughness set back to 0.5. Click on save. Right click the material and create a material instance. Name it MI material instance white material. In material instance on the right, we will have our parameters. You remember we made a vector parameter and name it color, and then a scalar parameters and we name it roughness. So here they are. Let's just select all walls. So let's type here in search walls and assign this material instance to all the walls. Click on color to modify it, and let's change it to something more bright. Let's assign this material on all of our actors here in the scene, and we will bake light again. Here we are again, and I think there is something wrong. I think the skylight is set to movable, so we need to make it to set it to static. Yes, let's set it to stationary or static, and let's build the light again. You will see what difference we will have between dynamic and static lighting. We have this problem. It's because we don't have a post-process volume, so we need to play with the exposure. Let's fix this. To add a post-process volume, go to actors, to place actors panel on the left, and go to visual effects, or you can just search for it. And in visual effects is the first thing here. You can just click and drag. If you press G, you can toggle the game mode. In game mode, we will see what people will see in our final product. So press G again, and this is our post-process volume, and it have boundaries, as you can see. So let's play, for example, just quickly demonstrate. I'm gonna play with the temp, and I'm gonna go inside it, and you see everything changed the temperature. Now I'm gonna go outside, and now it's back to normal. To change this, to make it like global, you can either just scale it, or you can set it to infinite. From the post-process volume settings, you can set it to infinite extent, unbound. Enable it. Now our process volume is infinite. We can go to exposure and set the mean and the max EV to similar numbers. So let's set it to 0.1 or 1, and then let's play with the exposure compensation, set it to 0. So let's set it to 2 by 2 and set this guy to minus. Oh yeah, I remember. The other thing we need to fix is this: when we place a new sun sky, the default value for the directional light is again still at 75,000, so we need to set that to 10. And now you can see how much difference our lighting. We can build lighting again. Let's fix the post-process volume again to better values. And here we are. You can see that there is a bad quality on the shadows. Let's improve this. There even see some light leaks. So let's add a directional light and set it like this. It's much easier. Let's add a skylight, set it to stationary. Let's make sure this one is on default value. And now we don't have a sky atmosphere, and the reason because we need a sky atmosphere. Nothing changed. That's because we need to click on our sunlight and go to the advanced settings here and enable atmosphere fog sunlight, and now we have our atmosphere. One thing you can also do to get rid of this black is by adding exponential height fog. To get rid of this yellow thingy, let's click build light again. This is so much better. Now we have some problems on this window. We have some bad shadows on the corners here. We have like interesting lighting going on here. Don't worry about these because all of these will be gone when we increase the light map resolution and the light settings. So in fact, let's start doing this now. This will be our next step to make the light in this empty interior awesome.